KAngel's past in episode 3 of Needy Girl Overdose was just some legit masterclass writing. The panning, the coloration, you see how the contrast is from white and black, just making it feel extremely dark and forlorn and depressing and a very heavy metal type episode here. And the fact that they added violence just made it more impactful, even though we're all pacifists, right? We're all against violence, because we have a brain, guys. Okay, violence is never the answer, but I don't think that's exactly that's not really what the message was about in this episode, in my opinion. KAngel just in right when it was ending, you can see here Amy or KAngel used violence and killed her mom, allegedly. We don't really know. She might have been knocked out unconscious. We really didn't see, if her mom actually died. So that's alleged. But you guys can say that she killed him. But whatever. Violence is never good anyways by default. So there's that. But it was just so beautifully summarized by KAngel herself right towards the end. If this really was her past, then yikes. But at the same time, we all have a past. We all have a moment, a lapse of time in our life where we had no control as kids. And I get it, struggling as a child, you don't really know who you are. You don't even know what feelings are yet. And there's no way you know how to drive yet. You know what I'm saying? And when I say drive, I don't mean just a car. But you don't know how to drive your own mentality, your own feelings. You don't know how to navigate shit. So, this is a very realistic concept that you can literally crash out when you're a kid, and you're just, even though as kids you're just supposed to be all bubbly and fun and have a good experience. But no, a lot of us didn't have that, especially me. But whatever, it is what it is. But it's just awesome how KAngel, or OMG Kawaii, this guy right here, OMG Kawaii Angel, Ami-chan, was like, yeah. I think she was fucking lying about killing her mom. I really do. And the whole bully scene, because at the end she was like, yeah, you shouldn't trust everyone, especially streamers. And you guys know exactly, like, even in real life we have streamers that they try to play the victim, or they try to get brownie points for their past. A lot of times it just they use their sexuality to just mine the simps, and trap people into just subscribing to them, and for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support a creator, then go ahead, but it has to be for good reasons. If they provide information, or they have good interactions, things like this, very innocent things. But when they start using like sexuality and all this stuff and violence, I don't know. We don't really have anyone who's, I don't think anyone. I mean, they did go to jail, that's for sure. But a lot of them have point of views. They're very volatile. In which case, this is like freedom of speech. I have nothing against freedom of speech, but they call for action for violence, which is terrible. So yeah, violence is never the answer, guys. But just like Kawaii Angel said at the end, that's why I love this episode so much. Okay, you saw all the darkness, you saw all the violence, you saw all the crazy batshit crazy stuff, but then, like KAngel said, you can't trust everyone's words. You can't give in to the little pity parties. You can't give in to any of that. That's just plain lying and manipulation. So yeah, guys, I just really love this episode because of the great message toward the end, where KAngel's like, "Bro, don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for it, man. Don't be the sucker." All right. So here, KAngel's like, "Yeah." It's just giving off this very pleasant message about, even if you go through the darkest hours, bro, you shouldn't give in to all the noise. Right here. Yeah, it just ended really pleasantly, in my opinion. One of the greatest scripted episodes. Bro, what do you call that? The character story, the storyline, the script, the role play. Bro, you can see how dark this shit was, man. I thought it was dark as fuck. Can't lie to you. Yeah, they use like these time cuts right here. When they do this, it sends a message to your brain to reset. Hey, look, fucking, I don't know who this is. This plush toy was pretty sad as bro. I shit you not. I went through something just like that, similar, bro. I threw away one of my favorite plushies. I was like, bro, I can't lie. As a child, that really fucked me up. And of course, you got into anime here. You can see the videotape. But I want to show you these cuts. These cuts are very. This is a trick that they use in practice for like movies, theaters, documentary, like high end stuff, where they use these cuts. Where the fuck is it? Why can't I find it now? You guys saw it though, right? You guys saw it. Yeah, you guys saw it. Oh, I thought it happened way more often. Let me see. There's like a specific word for it that I learned during my YouTube journey. Right here. No, it's not this, but it's similar to this. When they go to like a black screen that automatically tells your brain, yeah, like right here, bro. This is like black screen right here. It automatically tells your brain to reset and it captures your attention, bro. They used it in such a brilliant fucking way. How this whole script was just fucking great, bro. Wherever they hired in India, bro, they gotta keep that. They gotta keep that person on board. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Whatever studio made it, they did a good job.